have been accused of circumventing the NBA salary cap by paying $28 million to Kawhi Leonard for a no-show job. Earlier this week, Pablo Torre reported that the Clippers paid Leonard through a now bankrupt company in which Ballmer invested. Here's Clippers owner Steve Ballmer with our own Ramona Shelburne explaining his side of the story.
Why do you think they gave him that much money?
Let me just repeat, I don't know how much money they gave him.
Well, in the court documents and in Pablo's podcast, they report it was $28 million.
Pablo's podcast, I don't know anything about the court documents on this. I haven't seen them and I don't know. I'm not trying to be, I don't know. I really don't know. But the speculation is what it is. And why did they do that?
It's a lot of money. I mean, $28 million, $7 million a year is a lot of money for a guy that you didn't actually require to do anything.
I don't know why they did what they did, and I don't know how different it is. I really don't. And frankly, any speculation would be crazy. These were guys who committed fraud. How would I be able? Look, they conned me.
They conned me. The NBA is launching an investigation into these accusations. Stephen A., your reaction to Ramona's interview with Steve Ballmer?
Well, first of all, props to Steve Ballmer for showing up and doing the interview with Ramona Shelburne, who does a great job, and props to her for getting the interview. She deserves it. She's a hell of a reporter, and I'm proud of her. Having said all of that, I'm going to go back to my original statement about this. I think that Steve Ballmer is a treasure to the league. He's one of the owners that is beloved by a lot of people, and I think that he deserves the benefit of the doubt. It is a bit hard to imagine somebody this brilliant financially, this rich financially, worth tens of billions of dollars, to sit there and listen to him say he got duped. That is a hard thing to stomach because you don't become that successful getting duped. Okay, so he has to understand that's very difficult for people to comprehend. But in fairness to him, he's been on the record saying he welcomes the probe, the investigation by the NBA. If it were another team being accused of such things, it's something he would welcome because he understands that it's important and you don't need anybody circumventing league rules to get an unfair advantage. Because if everybody could do that, if other teams could do that, they would have an unfair advantage. So I give him props for acknowledging that, for owning up to that, for saying that he got duped and what have you. And I do believe it warrants an investigation because of Pablo Torre Finds Out podcasts and stuff. And I get that. I know that, I spoke to Steve Ballmer last night for a second, and he's pretty hurt that, there's so many people out there with opinions that come up in his face, smiling in his face, talking to him, and never even had the decency to call him and ask his opinion about it. Ramona Shelburne obviously did otherwise. That's why she got the interview, and that's why she is as great as she is. But to me, the biggest focal point for all of this should be Kawhi Leonard. The number one reason this story has credibility is because it implies that Kawhi Leonard got paid for doing nothing. And that is what we know him to be. He is a two-time champion. He's a two-time NBA Finals MVP. He is an absolutely spectacular player when healthy. On the basketball court, if he were healthy, the Clippers legitimately would be title contenders because of how gifted he is. But there was an investigation into his uncle, who's his manager and stuff like that, years ago because of improper benefits, which ended up being nothing, according to numerous reports. Fine, but he is known as peeling out every perk he can, every dollar he can squeeze out, and he doesn't hesitate to take time off. 45% of his games missed in the regular season throughout his career. 30% games missed in the postseason. When you need him, he just ain't there. This last playoff series was an aberration simply because he showed up to play, because it was a shock to everybody that he was going to be available. If this were LeBron or Steph or somebody else, something like this would be thrown to the wolves. Why? Because to imply that they would be paid for doing nothing, nobody would ever think of it, because they are ambassadors for the league. They show up, they honor their commitments to the team in every way, not just on the court, but off the court, and nobody would look at them that way. But because this is Kawhi Leonard, notorious for being, absent from work, notorious for that. That's why I know it raised my eyebrow. Wait a minute here. Kawhi Leonard, $28 million. No responsibilities. Damn, that sounds like him. That's exactly what we were thinking. And that's why I
I guarantee you that's probably one of the top 2 reasons the NBA is investigating this. They got to because of Ballmer and it's an own innocent accusation out there. The other part is Kawhi Leonard paid.
All right,
but
we're
not
up against
working.
it. Got to hit the top of
We
the
get
hour.
it.
$28 million is a lot of money. We'll continue to keep you up to speed as this story on Tom Brady. We're talking Bill Belichick. And University of North Carolina football denied practice access to a New England Patriots scout last month, while he has allowed limited access to scouts from other NFL teams. That, according to ESPN. RC, do you appreciate this pettiness by Bill Belichick?
That's your question. Why are we calling it petty? Bruh. Why is that petty?
Because it's specific to New England and
No, she said limited access to everybody.
but specific to New England that they have
Denied versus
correct.
limited.
There's some their
England's
scouts
denied.
cannot watch practice at all.
Did you watch North Carolina play? He saved the scouts some time.
You're stupid.
That is not Bill being petty. What Bill is saying is these guys at this moment actually don't deserve your evaluation.
Stop it.
I would
Nice spin, RC.
I would actually like for you not to come. I don't want y'all to see what I got to deal with right now. I'm actually questioning if I'm still Bill Belichick right now at North Carolina. So let me get my guys right before you come in. Bill is not being, hey, you know what Drake once said?
No.
Well, you know what he said?
Hit me with it.
He wasn't hiding his child from the world. He was hiding the world from his child.
Yeah.
That's what Bill is doing.
So
Protection.
I want to be respectful here. I think this is stupid, and I think it's wrong. One, you're hurting your players. Like if I'm a kid there, I want to get recruited. I want to have a chance to go to the NFL. Part of the process is you coming to evaluate me. Part of the process is you coming to see me at practice and whatnot. The only way you have to call, I think, like a special assistant to a personal player director to have a conversation about me, or if I'm a recruit. I'm a recruit, and RC, you know this. Like, if you're a high school football player, I think most high school football players that are really good want to go play in the SEC. Specifically, if you're down in that part of the country, they want to play in the SEC. And the second thing is they want to go to the NFL. If I'm a high school recruit, part of me can sit there and go like, it's not going to impact you that much. But part of me goes, how can I truly believe that? Like if I'm a high school recruit and you don't allow NFL scouts to come watch me practice?
He is, just not New England. Stephen A., why do you think Bill did this? Because RC tried to spin it, but
I was just having fun.
I know. What do you think?
I don't care. Did you watch North Carolina last week?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, last Monday? They were horrible. I am sitting here marveling over the fact that scouts actually were interested in watching them.
Come on, man.
They were awful. Awful. There's no way around this.
Was that
There's no way
talent
around
or
this.
was that more coaching?
Look, y'all.